Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Stanley, but the reason I wanted you to mention that is because I want the people of St. John to know that that is something that is dear to my heart too. I want Winston Ramo in St. John, and I'm letting the people know that that is something that I will be pushing forward. So Stanley, I hope to work with you as I have worked with you in the past on those particular projects. I want to talk about a project, Stanley, that is dear to my heart. As you know, Coki Point Beach.
Yes.
Stanley, I think you and I nearly fell out over Coki Point because Coki Point was one of those beaches that we couldn't get the government. And I ain't just talking about housing park. I'm talking about the police department, the government house. We had to fight the governor to get up. I mean, Senator White would tell you, it ain't no joke. And Stanley, again, we gave you X amount of money to fix the bathroom, and you went way over and beyond. Explain that for me, because Stanley, you need to know Coki Point is on my website. And I get more hits on Coki Point than any other picture on my website. So talk about that for me, brother.
Coki Point, what an interesting place. Coki Point is one of the most pristine and beautiful beaches that we have anywhere in the world. And the facility out at Coki Point, the restroom, was in a torrid state. And that was part of the assessment that we did. And one of the things that really was sort of, I would say, a little impediment at Coki Point is that there are graves, unmarked graves that are at the Coki Point site. And what held the project up for quite some time, we had to do an archaeological study. And when you know doing an archaeological study is not something that you could take a dozer and just run the place over. I mean, these people have to come in almost with a tablespoon and dig the facility up so that we could find out where the unmarked graves were, so that when we were rehabilitating the facility that we would do justice to the graves that were there, because we just couldn't go ahead and run over on top of those graves and stuff like that. But
well, Stanley, I want to say though that it's quite amazing what you've done. The vendor plazas there, the vendors, everything is so satisfying. The public is very well appreciated. You went overboard on that. What we're doing now, we're experiencing a state-of-the-art facility, but we're calling on the police department to come back with the police presence that was there a couple months ago. Stanley, you did your part, and we thank you publicly for it, but now it's up to the police department. If anyone go on that beach during tourist days or Saturday or Sunday, the place have a lot of people, and we need to have you know, to make sure we put as much discouragement, if that's the proper word, to keep the elements away from Coki Point.
Yes.
And go ahead, Stanley.
I concur with you, and the police department has been doing, they get much better in what they've been doing there. There's a visual there, and also in recent weeks we have had some more meetings with licensing and consumer affairs, and they have been having their officers come out there and kind of doing assessment as to the personnel that are out there who are soliciting from the clients that come out there, the tourists and stuff like that. We have gone as far as trying to come to an understanding with the other section of the beach, because you know there are two sections as far as that's concerned: the personal section, the private sector actually, and our government agency. What we have done is we've tried to come to a medium with those other agencies so that we could have everyone who's employed on the beach have IDs that could be recognized, that we won't have people soliciting all over the facility. Before, one of the things that we have implemented that me personally, that perturb me is as soon as a taxi car or somebody pulls up to the beach, I mean, everybody just run to the taxi car before you could even get out of it. My thing is this is how I feel. If I go anywhere, I'm going to buy from who I want to buy from. I'm going to spend my money where I want to. No amount of people that could run to me and come to me and ask me to do something. When I'm good and ready to purchase something, I will do so.
That's right. But Stanley, I was surprised you didn't mention probably the most important thing at Coki Point that you guys should be credited for. Ladies and gentlemen, Coki Point now have lifeguards.
Yes.
They haven't had lifeguards in years. So I want the public to know that if you come with your little ones, that not only do you have a state-of-the-art facility, but you have these young brothers walking up on the very conscientious guys. So please, when you see those guys at Coki Point, you tell them, I said it to do an awesome job, and I want you to tell